Hey guys, welcome back to a little discombobulated. Been a bit busy with my birthday, 40th birthday that just came up, and the heat wave that just came up, and I'm still recovering from that. Like, just made me really bloated, and I wasn't really feeling well. And in the UK, the houses are not kind of built for that, and um, it was like above 35 degrees for a couple of days, and another thing is during the heat wave, wearing fragrances was just kind of really difficult and kind of pointless. And I stuck to like super simple citrusy fragrances. I can't even remember what I wore. Um, anyway, this one, so like I said, my 40th birthday came up, and I did actually ask my mom to get me a fragrance, and she told my aunt, and my aunt got me this fragrance that I'm going to review today. But I want to kind of go on a bit of a tangent, but it's a relevant one, and it's to do with the brand Dior Homme, because I'm going to review Dior Homme 2020, and it comes in this kind of box. So it's the box has like the B on it, as you can see, and it's got Dior Homme there, and this is what it looks like down there. Batch code 6A01. There you go. And I always stick the sticker up at the top, but this is usually on the cellophane wrap. And yeah, on the inside, it's got like the B, as you can see there. And yeah, I don't know what the relevance of the B is, but yeah, if anybody knows, let me know in the comments. But yeah, it's like really a really artistic sort of vibe to it. Like, I do like the presentation of kind of the B and everything, and the simplicity, but it feels nice. It looks nice. And like I said, I'm going to go off on a tangent in a bit, but I just want to show you what it looks like. So the Dior Homme 2020, this was released obviously in 2020, and my story kind of goes back with the Dior Homme line a long time, and this is, finally this is in my collection, and I want to kind of have this as like a staple signature scent in my collection. So my story is basically like, go back in time to like when Dior Homme the original came out, which didn't smell anything like this, and it looked different. It had like instead of a square, it had like a small kind of lid sort of looking thing, like an atomizer sort of thing that would just kind of go over this atomizer, and you just see that in this glass thing. It was like really beautiful. I think I prefer that design to this, and you might still see it in Dior Homme original, which I'll come to in a minute. But so this was like, I was at uni at that time, so like when was it? 2000. I was at uni. Maybe it was like first or second year, so like 2005 or 2004, around then. Maybe 2005, 2006. I'm not sure exactly, but I was at uni, and me and my friend were in Boots in High Street Cannes. I don't know if anybody's been to High Street Cannes, but like outside the station, there's a Boots, and in Boots they had like all the fragrances that were lined up, and this is like a cool memory for me. And like me and my friend Ed, we and Ed was like a really cool, like he was a cool guy. Well, he is a cool guy. We're still friends, but like he lives in America now. We haven't, obviously we've gotten older, and he's gotten married and everything, and it's really cool. But like, he's one of my oldest friends because we both went to school together, and then we went to uni. But we ended up in Boots for some reason. I think we went to High Street Cannes for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe shopping. And like I said, they had all the fragrances lined up, and I remember we were trying them, and I think this Dior Homme just came out, the original, back then, and it had a silver stem, I think. So like, I don't remember it vividly, like the bottle, but it had the silver stem instead of the black one that it has now. But I remember vividly, like my friend Ed was like, check this out, check this one out. It smells really good. And he showed it to me, and I loved the smell. It was like love at first sight smell. And it smelled like, well, he described it to me first, like purple Smarties. I think he said, it smells like purple Smarties. And I'm like, huh, that's interesting. And when I smelled it, I was like, Huh, yeah. It does have that purple Smarties smell. Kind of like powdery, but like almost a little bit, not sweet in the sense that you get sweet fragrances now. It wasn't gourmand in any way, but it was like a soft, calming, sweetish, like on the verge of being sweet, powdery, beautiful fragrance. And it just reminds me, like it takes me back to that time, that memory. And it did smell of purple Smarties, wherever that smells like. So when I smell it, I do get like an image of, or when I smelt it back then, I did get an image of the purple Smartie image and like just kind of purple. And it was a beautiful moment. And because, I did buy that fragrance. And then throughout the rest of my uni days, that was probably my signature scent. It was that or Cool Water. And Cool Water was like a big one for me as well. And I just remember like wearing jeans and kind of wearing Cool Water. But anyway, this is about Dior Homme. And so yeah, that one was I love that one. And I had that for many years. Like this, I finished that whole bottle, which is crazy for me. Like I can't imagine finishing a bottle now. Like once you have like more than 4 fragrances, you hardly ever finish a bottle. So it's kind of crazy. And I finished a whole 100 ml bottle like this. And then I moved on to Dior Homme Intense, and I got many different versions of that. Like actually I don't know how many Dior Hommes I got. Maybe like at least 2, maybe 3. And then I was like, ooh, the Intense came out. Let me try that. And it was just like double the kind of, I don't know, creaminess, or not creamy, double the powderiness, double the poshness. Like it smelled super like expensive, or like super like smooth, like a smooth criminal kind of, like Michael Jackson kind of. Like it smelled even more purple, but like now purple with like a chocolatey sort of cacao vibe to it. And so like that was my signature scent kind of after uni, I think. I don't remember the exact years, but like I definitely in the 2010s through 2015, maybe even after that, I was wearing Dior Homme Intense, and that would be like a staple. I just go back there and be like, oh, yeah, obviously Dior Homme Intense exists. Like what kind of world are we living in? And then they would occasionally change the bottle, and I didn't know anything about reformulation at that time or what that meant. Like I wasn't really into fragrances the way I am now, like checking out videos and, looking at Fragrantica and doing research on it. I didn't know anything. I was just like, Dior Homme, well, Dior is the line, the designer aspect of it, which I gravitate to because it's kind of the one that is, for me, mass appealing. Like mass appealing as in the sense that I don't need to think about doing it. It's like an iPhone. Like you don't need to reprogram the whole thing. You don't need to like customize everything. It kind of gives you like a basic shell of a fragrance, which you just pick up and go. And like you really like it, and other people probably like it as well. And it wasn't one that I got massive compliments for. Like I remember Dior Homme, the original, was at the time super popular. And it was like, at the time, for some reason, they were like, again, they were going to like the unisex sort of thing, like a powdery, like for a masculine fragrance, this was kind of different. And they tried this before, I think, with CK1, which is another one of my favorites. And where like they were like, oh yeah, this is unisex, and that was like the year 2000. And then like I guess like flash forwards to like 2005 or 6, and it was like Dior Homme was like, oh yeah, we're gonna make this like not necessarily unisex, but like a male fragrance, a masculine fragrance, which isn't like a typical masculine fragrance. Like it's got some floral aspect to it, which makes it kind of beautiful, but like, and powdery, and not harsh, not spicy, not green, not oak mossy or whatever, like just kind of more like a slightly woody, maybe. Actually, wait, hang on, I don't think that was woody. I don't know about the notes, but yeah, just that kind of smooth, slightly floral, powdery makeup vibe, like it was like a makeup vibe. So yeah, Dior Homme Intense, and in the 2010s to like maybe 17, 18. And I have another really good memory with Dior Homme Intense. Like I had the smaller 50 ml versions, so like kind of that big instead, and like a bit thinner. And I remember I used to carry it in my bag. Like that was like how kind of signature it was for me. Like I would just literally carry it in my bag and wear it multiple times a day. And it kind of, at some point, like I dropped my bag or something and it smashed open in my bag and the whole bag was covered in Dior Homme Intense. And even though I've tried to clean it, it lasted like a year. And I think that kind of turned me off because my bag smelled like Dior Homme Intense so intensely for so long. I was like, I didn't even buy another Dior Homme Intense for like many, many years after that. And I don't know what I wore after that. Anyway, like that's not the point. But eventually, like, I got into fragrances more and I did get a Dior Homme Intense back. But then around 2020, Dior Homme released Dior Homme 2020, which is this one. And at the time, there was a lot of hate online because everybody loved the original, the irisy effect and Dior Homme Intense, that kind of thing. And they were like, why are you changing this now? But obviously, like, people were not buying the original Dior Homme. I think what happened was Dior Homme Intense just took the place of Dior Homme. And around that time, like, a lot of YouTubers and, like, fragrance reviewers and influencers were, like, probably hyping Dior Homme Intense, which I see now, like, going back in time and looking at, like, videos from, like, 5-10 years ago or whatever, where they're, like, hyping the old Dior Homme Intense. And even now, that's like a cult classic, the Dior Homme Intense, and they haven't really changed that much, even though they've reformulated it. But if you could buy DHI, you wouldn't really buy the original Dior Homme. So, and even I did that. And, I'm the prime example, even though, like, I used to love the original Dior Homme. For some reason, my nose has changed. Like, I really want to like it, but I can't. I think I want it in my collection again, but I did have it in my collection for a while, and I didn't really, I don't really appreciate Dior Homme, the original, not this one. But anyway, that's kind of my story on my experience with the Dior Homme line. So I just wanted to like have some backstory, and I know this is like a long video, but it's important to me, so like maybe somebody might find this interesting. So I just want to say, for my birthday, I wanted this Dior Homme 2020 because, like, over the years, like, I've sampled it a bit and kind of smelt it in the shops and tried it on my skin. And it's one of those where I was like, like, it's completely different to what I thought it was, but, like, it's growing on me because it's just like a happy, like, easy reach, like a dumb reach is what they call it in the fragrance community. And you can just pick it up and go. It's like an iPhone again. This is like the common theme. And my friend Ed back in the day used to say, like, people like us, we just use iPhones. Like, we're not going to mess around configuring some bullshit. And like an Android, for example. Like, although I've had Androids for many years in between, I went back to iPhone now. And I think part of me is just like, I just want something which is designed to be good, something which is designed to be mass appealing, which is designed to be a little bit interesting, but at the end of the day, people are going to like it. It's going to smell classy. It's going to smell just good. And this is what this represents to me. And people say it's a modern kind of fragrance. I don't know what that means. Like, I don't really know what that means. Like, if anybody can tell me what that means, like, does it mean like something new that is relevant now? I don't know. It's not really that new smelling. It's kind of, to me, it's got like a little bit of a barbershop-y vibe, and I'm just going to spray it again. I'm already wearing this because I went to my cousin's birthday actually today, and it was, I was wearing this as my scent of the day. Oh man. I mean, the quality is always good with Dior, and so, number one, I can smell the quality is really good, and the opening is like citrusy / woody. And to be honest, I do get a little bit of that aromatic and powdery. Like on Fragrantica, they say it's woody to begin with, so it's heavy on the woods, and then musky, aromatic, then ambery, then citrusy, then powdery. So that's the kind of vibe that it should give you. But like, I do get the powdery now, but like, it's not, to me, citrus is higher for me. Citrus and maybe woody is like a higher sort of feeling for me. And it definitely dries down to like, the citrus is dying down a little bit, and you get like a little bit of the amberiness, and it's very versatile. Like, I think you can wear it on a hot day like today, like up to 25, maybe not 30, like I would avoid it. But you probably could if you're like in an air-conditioned room. Uh, People would never hate this, and you'd always smell good. It's just like, you're not going to necessarily get like compliments, and people need to understand that. Like, fragrances are not necessarily like compliment beasts, but they're gonna like you. They're gonna like the smell, and especially like, I think it's not super projecting, but I think it is. It does leave some sillage, and I think people will like secretly really admire a person that's wearing this. And the thing is, it's more about like who you are, and that's what I'm finding is like, I listened to this other video, Melissa National, and she's like a really good reviewer, but like, I think she's like delving into other things apart from fragrances. But she reviewed this as well, but like, she, in a separate video, she was like saying like, you know, it's not about wearing fragrances to kind of project an image. It's like, you got to sort your own life out first. You got to clean your flat, you got to, or house or whatever, like, you got to like, if you live the life and you have high vibrations to like the point where you're like, and I'm adding in the vibration thing, that's like my spin on it. Like, if you have positive vibrations, if you like raise your level, people pick that up. Like, this is a clean guy, this is like a guy who like cleans his flat, this is a guy who like, you know, pays attention to detail, this is a guy who like likes, you know, he likes to live in an ordered, structured, disciplined environment. So like, then the fragrance is the cherry on top, and like, then whatever you wear will be good. But I think this one is an easy one to, and it's just, it is really it's really addictive. I mean, it is really nice. It's just like one that kind of guy would wear in my head, but like also one, you know, I am in a transition period right now. Like, I just got made redundant a couple of months ago, and I'm not struggling, but like, I am obviously finding it difficult to find a job right now because, you know, I haven't been looking for many years. But anyway, that's like, I don't want to go into that too much, but like, I'm in a transition period and it's quite stressful at the moment, but I am working on myself to be more disciplined, to go to the gym still, to wake up every day and have a plan, not to just like sit back and kind of do nothing, not to hide away in my flat, not to, you know, not be part of society, not be, you know, not socialize with my family or friends. I'm making an effort, and I'm putting in kind of some discipline into my life. And it's not just me, like, it's complicated. Like, there's a lot that goes into it. So this is a kind of fragrance, like, this is the vibe that I wanted to go for, and which is probably why I asked for it. I want the iPhone. I want the iPhone of fragrances, where it's just gonna work, and it's gonna show me in the light that a simple light, a not too complicated light, the light that I want to be, like somebody who's professional, somebody who's like sensitive, but masculine, sensitive, emotional, empathetic, caring, giving, but disciplined. Who, like, you know, I want to take care of myself first so I can be helpful to others. All these positive things, like, you know, progress not perfection, that's a good one. So like, I want to live this life like by action, and the fragrance doesn't make me, I know that. So this fragrance is not going to make me those things. Those things come by putting work in other ways, and I'm working on that. But like, as an accompaniment to that new me, I'd like this fragrance to kind of be along with the journey, so I can look back on it. And like I said, I've had the previous Dior Hommes, and I think it's just like a theme for me, and it reminds me of like uni, I do feel like it's a new moment for me, like where I'm trying something new in my life. It's new beginnings, and maybe this is a time where I can, go back to like a vibe which was like my old vibe, to capture like that spirit of excitement, new beginnings, but also it's a new vibe because this is like a completely new fragrance. So this was released in this was made by Francoise Dimashi, who wanted to redefine masculine sensuality, apparently, according to Fragrantica. Fragrance is intensely woody, warm, sensual, a virile accord of Atlas cedar, and I think that's the woodiness is the cedar, which is really beautiful actually, if you like that kind of thing, and the warmth of cashmere wood. So there is also the warmth in there, pampered with spicy aromas. But the spice isn't like nose tingling or like peppery. It's not pepper. It's not like, it's like really toned down, but like really posh smelling in a way. Yeah, I mean, they say it's got tender sensual accents. And they keep saying modern man. Again, I don't know what modern means. Yeah, Fragrantica goes through a lot of kind of interesting, weird talk about it. Campaign actor is Robert Pattinson, which is interesting. And yeah, the notes exactly are bergamot, pink pepper, elemi, atlas cedar, cashmere wood, patchouli. Those are the middle notes: atlas cedar, cashmere wood, patchouli. Base notes are isoe super, Haitian vetiver, and white musk. So I don't really know about the notes. I guess the isoe super is the thing that sometimes I don't like in fragrances, because it's kind of like too. It makes the fragrance too heavy, sort of feeling for me, or like, I don't know, like too fake. I don't know, like it gives the fragrance like this kind of musky fakeness. But I think they've done it well in this. It's not like super over the top. I think some of the what are they called? Juliet with a Gun fragrances. Like initially I really like it, but like they have that sort of a smell that you can't really smell, but it's kind of like, apparently this is nice. And I don't think this has that much. But I think that is like the isoe super sometimes, like smells like nothing, but it also is something. It's kind of hard to explain. If you can describe isoe super in the comments, like let me know what you think. And that's the cool thing about fragrances, it's like quite subjective. But also like fragrances are weird because like I don't really find Dior Homme, the original one back in the day, the same. Either they've changed it, or like my nose has changed, which is probably more likely. To me, it smells a bit like the iris is like a bit too powdery or like too musky, which I didn't used to get before. And yeah, so I forgot to say that the Dior Homme back in the day was like re-released as Dior Homme original when this one came out, but it's like under the counter, like under shelves apparently. So you can still ask for it, you can still find it online. And I have had that before, but then again, like I said, I don't know if my nose changed, but I don't really like that. But this one, I mean, I do like it, but I do like Dior Homme original, but I find it harder to wear every day. Whereas this one, I can kind of really wear every day. Like, I just really love like the more I'm wearing it, the more addictive it's getting. And it's actually quite cooling. And I think for a hot summer's day, even like today, you get like a lot of bang for your buck for this thing. So yeah, I would really check it out if you haven't already. Like I'm sure you have, but this one means a lot to me. So I just wanted to like go through my story and wanted to share that with you guys. So yeah, hopefully you liked the video. Sorry, it's a massive long one, but yeah, let me know what you think, and I'll see you on the next video.